Hi guys, and welcome to Logic Language Learning. So this is another video that was requested by somebody. This was requested by Sam, who is somebody I used to teach, lovely guy who is now living and working in France. Yeah, you start unable to do anything, you get your head down, you follow Logic Language Learning, and you are living and working in France. So Sam said, Luke, I'd really love a video where you talk about what you need to ask for in the hairdressers, because that was quite intimidating for me when I first went there, and I thought, okay, maybe a bit niche, but actually the more I think about it, yeah, it's something you need to know. So unless you are planning a career in hairdressing in France, then I imagine this is not a vocabulary you are going to necessarily need. But if you are planning on getting your hair done, I got my hair did. If you are planning on getting your hair done in or cut or whatever in France, then this is something that you will need. So, in my prep for this, because I sort of thought I've got to think about what other things people have done, because as shocking as this may seem to you, not a lot gets done with this hair. I've made a list of words that I'm going to copy and paste underneath, and if I think of any more as we go through, I will let you know. So off we go. So the word for a hairdresser is a coiffure. Sorry, the word for a hairdresser is a coiffeur, feminine coiffeuse, from the verb coiffer, which is to style hair. So if you do your own hair, it's je me coiffe. You know, I did her hair. You know, he did my hair. That would be coiffer somebody else, all right? As opposed to a coiffure, which is your hairstyle. Okay, and we've heard that word in English. So going through my list, a haircut, une coupe, une coupe. Couper is the verb that you will use to cut hair. So I got my haircut, je me suis fait couper les cheveux. Yeah, notice with that we are using a the for the body part, we're not using a my, we're not saying may. So I cut my hair would not be j'ai coupé mes cheveux, it would be I got my haircut. Unless of course you cut your own hair, you know. So I got my haircut, je me suis fait couper les cheveux. The verb to shave from man, so raser, je me rase, but shave the head, or like with clippers, which are tondeuse, T-O-N-D-E-U-S-E, then you are going to have tendre, okay? T-O-N-D-R-E, so a shaved head, la tête rasée, obviously with a razor, or tendue. So my list I'm going to go through, and it might jump between male and female, so this might be quite a long video. So a blow dry is un brushing, the word from English, un brushing. Yeah, so that's the blow dry, the finish that you'd have. So if you want your hair blown dry, it's always better to be blown, then that will be un brushing, okay? Obviously a hairdryer is a sèche-cheveux. The thing that women often go in, the big thing, I don't even know what you call it, where you have like a perm and you sit inside the big thing, that is a gasque, but a hairdryer is a sèche-cheveux. So, colouring and highlights. Les couleurs, same word obviously that we know. Les mèches, highlights are mesh, okay? Or obviously balayage, which is from the verb balayer, to brush, okay? Which you probably heard of is when you sort of paint on sort of highlights gradually in different colours. That we have in English, okay? Hair care, so shampoo is un shampoing, all the words will be underneath. Conditioner is either après shampoing, yeah, after shampoo, pretty obvious, or you know, whatever, un soin, a care product. Same as for moisturisers, you'll often call them, you know, produit de, enfin, un soin, produit de soin. But you will also then have démêlant. Démêlant. Okay, so for example, a conditioning cream, une crème démêlante, because démêler is the kind of, you know, when you have the hair that's all knotted together and you know, you undo it. So the vocabulary is the verb that as it comes to me, I'm going to say it. So to comb, se peigner, yeah. A peignoir is like a robe de chambre, is a dressing gown, a bathrobe, because women used to traditionally sit in it to comb out their hair when all women had long hair. Let's just keep going. So treatments could be a traitement or a soin, yeah, if you needed anything else. The condition, la condition de mes cheveux, ION word. So your hair is plural. Mes cheveux, tes cheveux, vos cheveux, les cheveux, hair is plural, okay? Fine hair. like this. Les cheveux fins, F-I-N. S, hair is essentially masculine. Yeah, so any adjective that goes with hair will be masculine. Okay, thick hair, épais. Yeah, les cheveux épais. Dry hair, sec. Normal hair, normaux. Les cheveux normaux because it's N-O-R-M-A-U-X. Greasy, gras. Okay, gras. Yeah, so if you said, oh, I've got quite greasy hair, do you have a shampoo? You know, j'ai les cheveux gras. Okay. Curly is either bouclé, which is kind of bigger curls, or frisé, which is a bit more frizzy. Okay. Smooth would be lisse. Lisse. So an iron, as in a straightening iron, would be un fer, same as un fer à repasser, the word for iron in French. Okay. Permed, less common these days, permanente, une permanente, a permanent. Okay, which is obviously what perm is short for in English, a permanent. Layered, I'm jumping around my list between men and women, is dégradé, degraded, dégradé. Okay. So layered on top. So this bit on top, this isn't in my list, I don't think, but I've just thought about it. Is called la mèche. Yeah, la mèche. Okay. So layered on top would be dégradé sur le dessus. Dégradé sur le dessus. A short cut, une coupe courte. Or layered, tout en dégradé, all layered. Okay. A long cut, une coupe. So short, la coupe longue, la coupe. So I want my hair short, je les veux plus court, I want them shorter, je les veux plus long, or a short cut, une coupe courte, a long cut, une coupe longue, a bob, une coupe carrée, a square cut, a fringe, frange, but we don't use the word quite as much in French as we do, or like bangs in other words in American. Messy is, you know, undone, so défait or indiscipliné, we'd say, sorry, indiscipliné. Mesh we've talked about. Alu-mesh are highlights with the foil from aluminum or aluminium, whether you're British or American. A mask would be obviously, you know, les masques, if you wanted to put a treatment on. Straightening, treatment like blown out straight would be un brushing raide for the straightening, the opposite of obviously bouclé. So I would like to have the colour touched up. Phrases that I found in a nice vocab list online. So je voudrais avoir la couleur retouchée or refait, or basically to refresh, rafraîchir. So when you go to a hairdresser's and you want just the ends trimmed, a trim, you'd say, can you refresh it? Okay, tu peux les rafraîchir, or rafraîchir, tu peux la rafraîchir if you're talking about the cut. Okay. Could you take you know, it's too big, c'est trop gonflé. Some of these phrases aren't useful. Could you flatten it out? Vous pouvez l'aplatir. Aplatir is to flatten. I want it to look more natural. Je voudrais avoir un look plus naturel. Désordonné, another word for disordered, messy, you know, bedhead kind of hair. Is it possible with my hair type? C'est possible avec mon type de cheveux. All of this is underneath. I only want the roots done. Je veux seulement une coloration des racines. So the word for the roots is les racines, like the French writer. So I used to live in Paris with a girl, and she'd lived there for a year, and at the end of the year, all she could manage to say was, tu peux me refaire les racines? Could you do my roots for me? So les racines, okay? Well, there's my little list that was there. Let me think of a few more. So bleached is décoloré, uncoloured, as opposed to dye your hair, where you're putting a colour onto the hair, is the verb teindre. The past tense of which is teint, T-E-I-N-T. Those of you who have ever bought makeup and read the product in French as well, you will see that base, foundation, is called fond de teint, base of tint, okay, so teint. So je me suis teint les cheveux, I want you to dye my hair, okay? Vous pouvez me teindre les cheveux. Good, let's keep going with other things I'm thinking of, with a guy. So the clippers are obviously les tondeuses. The clipper blade is, the clipper grade, the attachment that you add on, is called le sabot, S-A-B-O-T. So you'd say what number you wanted. Obviously that generally depends which brand you're with, but guys normally know what grade they are, okay? So that would be le 2 with the 2, avec le 3 with the 3, okay? Completely shaved would be une boule à zéro, like a cue ball, like we'd say in English, une boule à zéro. What else? The nuque is the back of the neck, so if you wanted it plutôt naturel or plutôt carré, so whether it's natural or square, okay? Obviously derrière, les côtés, the sides, you know. Barbe is beard, yeah, so obviously if you were talking about what you're going to have done with your beard, he's bearded, il est barbu. Stubble, une barbe de 3 jours, yeah, beard of 3 days. So could you just trim it a little bit, but longer on top? Est-ce que, enfin, monsieur, vous pouvez juste les rafraîchir, mais un peu plus long dessus, a bit longer on top, a bit shorter behind, un peu plus court derrière. Women, if you wanted to have it attached, I'm thinking French, if you wanted to have it up or tied back in French, you would call it attaché. So I wear my hair up, je les ai attachés, I have them attached. A plait, like your Elsa from Disney, would be une tresse. A knot would be un nœud. So if you said, I've got a knot in it, you know, okay. Most brands are obviously the same words. So what have we said? We've had dégradé, we've had court, we've had, how long have I got? 11 minutes. Shampoo, shampoing, dandruff, not that I've ever had it, thank God, is pellicule. The same word as film, like the old film that used to get developed. So, for example, anything anti-dandruff would be anti-pellicule or anti-pelliculaire if you use the adjective. For dry hair, we've talked about the different products that are available. So styling, lac would be hair lacquer, une mousse would be a mousse, gel coiffant, or gel à modeler, you know, like, or pâte, paste. So if they said, do you want a product? Pas de produit, pas de gel, pas de... Yeah, you can leave it. Vous pouvez les laisser, okay? To dry is obviously sécher. So do you want me to dry them? No, you don't need to dry it. Vous avez pas besoin de les sécher. Remember, we will always go back to the. Guys, if you say... what else happens? What other problems do we have? So with women, if you're losing your hair because of hormones or having children or something like that, okay, that is called la chute des cheveux, okay? With guys, it's called calvitie, so he's bald, il est chauve, C-H-A-U-V-E, or calvitie naissante, birthing baldness. So if you're like, oh, I'm a bit receding, can you make sure you leave it longer at the front or something? Moi, j'ai la calvitie naissante. Est-ce que vous pouvez les laisser plus longs devant? What can I think? What have I ever had done at hairdressers? Remove everything. Tu peux tout enlever. Just a little bit, juste un peu. Not too much, pas trop. Can I see with a mirror? Je peux voir avec un miroir. What else would Sam have had done? I don't want it to look too smart. Je ne veux pas qu'il soit, subjunctive, they are trop élégants. Je ne veux pas une coupe trop élégante. A bit young, un peu plus jeune. A bit trendy, un peu plus à la mode ou tendance. I brush it from this side. Je les brosse de ce côté. Yes, the verb brosser. Okay, although we'll say brushing for a blow dry, we'll use brosser for to brush. Anything else that you do to your hair and you live in France and need this advice, then please get in touch and just write underneath what your word is that you need to know, and I will say. Because I'm pretty good on dermatological stuff, but I'm not actually all that on different hairstyling concepts, because I myself don't do all that much anymore. Okay, so I think we've kind of covered most of the bases. Yeah, let me know how you get on. Let me know if this is useful for you. A tip is the same word as anywhere else, in pourboire. I'd like to reserve, j'aimerais réserver, okay? Yeah, I'll see you in 6 weeks. Je vous verrai dans 6 semaines, not en 6 semaines. Good. If I think of anything else, I will add it. And yeah, so make yourselves beautiful. Send me the before and after photographs.